Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to make a teriyaki beef. This is sirloin tip steak. Teriyaki beef with water chestnuts and broccoli florets. And the recipe didn't call for it, but I had some carrots diced up and I threw those in. Now the actual recipe starts with this. You cut this up. This is already sliced real thin, but I'm going to slice it lengthwise 3 times, and then I'm going to slice it this way. And I'm going to leave it in the package, and then we'll be back. Alright, I got all my meat cut up, as you see, and I wanted it in strips. Some of it didn't cut the way I wanted it to, but it's about what I wanted. And then you're gonna, the recipe says put 1/3 cup of teriyaki marinade and sauce on it, but I saw this and I liked it, and it's just plain teriyaki. I think it's got some sesame seeds in it, and that's what I used. And I probably used more than 1/3 cup, but it doesn't matter. Heat a large skillet over medium-high heat with about 1 tablespoon of oil in it. And when it comes to temperature, this sirloin tip is going in. Now I have to tell you something. It calls for broccoli florets, and I got a 12-ounce pack of broccoli florets, and you have to let it thaw, let them thaw. And the recipe says that, well, they go in almost last because they want them cooked crisp tender. I don't like crisp tender. I want my vegetables cooked, but that's your choice. Your choice. I want my vegetables cooked. So it also didn't call for carrots, but I diced up 2 carrots, and I've already cooked my broccoli the way I wanted it in the pan, the same big pan, the broccoli and the carrots the way I wanted it. Even though the recipe asked to add it last, I did not. So I'm telling you that ahead of time, that I didn't follow the recipe by what it says to do. You're also going to need a can, and this is, I think it's 8 ounces, 5 ounces. I can't really see that. That's terrible. Well, it's a can this size of water chestnuts, and these are sliced, and you drain them, and then I always wash them while they're in the can. You know, I'll put water in it and then turn it and get that water out and do it again. So that's, and you know what, this is an Uncle Ben's recipe, so it calls for 2 packages of Uncle Ben's jasmine rice. Well, I wasn't going to go out and buy Uncle Ben's jasmine rice, so I just used my own rice, and I cooked 2 cups of it. So that's already cooked over, where is it? There it is, right here in my little rice cooker. Another thing that it calls for is a 14-ounce can of whole tomatoes that you drain and then chop them up. Well, why do that? I have a 14-ounce can. It might be a little 14.5. This is 14.5 of diced tomatoes, and I drained it. And it's already cut up for me, so that's why I did that. But the next thing we're going to do is put this steak, this marinade, this has to marinate at least 5 minutes. Mine's been marinating longer than that, but I don't think it really matters. We're going to put this in that medium-high skillet, and we're going to cook it about 2 minutes till it's browned. And when that happens, we'll be back. Well, because I didn't cook this like the directions say, when after my meat browned, I had the broccoli and the carrots waiting on a paper plate. I just threw those in. I threw in the drained diced tomatoes, and I also threw in the water chestnuts, and they all got done at the same time. And this is the dish. So now I got my rice over here. I'm going to dip some rice on this plate. This is so good. We've had it before. And the reason I went ahead and cooked my broccoli and carrots is because I overcooked the meat trying to get the broccoli done. So you just take your meat and veggies and put it over your rice. And there's juice in here. I can't really get it with this spoon. But here is the actual meal. And it's a one-pot meal. It's not something you have to dirty up a bunch of things with. Excuse me. If you've got a large pan, you can do this whole thing in one pan. And there's your rice and your carrots and broccoli, the sirloin tip steak, soy sauce, the water chestnuts, everything. It's a nice Asian healthy meal. Let me get down in here and see if you can see it any better. There it is, guys. I know it's delicious because we've had it before, and I wanted to share it with you. So thank you for coming in today. Please subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, you take care.